Good morning friends and welcome to my new vlog. It's all about my strawberry stories. I know this sounds a little bit out there, but over the years I've had a kind of mini love of strawberries, and that's what I want to look at today in this vlog. I have to say today has not gone as I planned it at all. I'm going to try shortly to show you how I make a strawberry sandwich, and wow, filming that has not proved easy. Oh, my fringe looks funny. Okay, it is what it is. I've set my table with some strawberry crockery and things that I've got, and yeah, I've for many years I've found strawberries to be kind of cute and kind of special. I mean, if it comes to flavor, I must admit that raspberries actually usually taste better than strawberries. But there's something about strawberries when they come around, like, summer is here, and it's yeah, it's just a special time. So now I'm going to go and try and show you how I make my strawberry sandwiches. For a start today, I've tried to whip the cream by hand, and although it usually works, today it has not. I don't want to use like squirty cream, so I think the sandwich will just be a little bit drippy, but it will still taste nice. And okay, let's go now and make the strawberry sandwich. I will now try to follow my recipe. It's from the breakfast book. I'll show you the cover of the book maybe later on. And so I've already, as I say, I've tried to whip the cream. It didn't really work. And now I've got to mash up half the strawberries, which, filming one-handed, it's not good. I think maybe I'm going to mash up my strawberries and come back to you when I've done that. So there you go. Right. Okay, so now I've kind of mashed up my strawberries. I've already got my sliced strawberries, and I've to add sugar to taste. So add some sugar. I'm quite a sugary person, so this is maybe not everyone's cup of tea. And then you combine both lots together, both the sliced strawberries and the mashed strawberries. So, okay. Okay, I think I'm going to have too much on this occasion. Oh well, maybe I can have another one for my dinner. Okay, now here's my cream, which wouldn't whip. And I've got some icing sugar, and it says add 3 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. So, what should be quite healthy, some fresh strawberries, is turning into definitely not healthy. Okay, so that's all just to get mixed up together. Okay, I'm going to bring over my bread. So here I've got brioche bread, just to be a bit more unhealthy. And basically what I'm doing now is I'm spooning the strawberry mixture onto my bread. This is taking a while. Okay. In the book they say, cut off the crusts and give them to the birds, but I think we know that giving the birds bread actually is bad for them, especially for ducks. So anyway, it's a very soft, sweet bread anyway. So there you go. I'm going to put the top on there, and now I will bring over my cream. For cuteness, I should have put this into a little jug, but I've not done that. Oh, it looks as if the cream probably would have whipped if I'd just tried a little longer. But anyway, we put the cream over the strawberry sandwich. And then, hang on. Yes, you garnish it with a few more of the freshly cut strawberries. That's cute. Maybe just to be a bit greedy, I'm going to put some more of the mashed strawberries into the cream here. So voila, there is a strawberry sandwich, which you eat with a knife and fork. So that's good. It's a mess. I hope in future when I do a recipe, because I want to do recipes on my channel, I manage to be a bit more organized, but there you go. It's done. So here we have my little strawberry teapot. It's from British Home Stores. I like British Home Stores. I'm kind of always sorry that they close down. Okay, let's get the tea. I could have had like a strawberry leaf tea, but I actually just like unhealthy tea. I'm not really a big herbal tea person. So this is just Darjeeling. It's a cute little teapot. And here's where I got my strawberry sandwich recipe from. It's The Breakfast Book by Marion Cunningham. And it's a cute book. It's quite cute. There's my little fairy on a swing. And another nice teapot. Okay, right, enough. So, friends, here we are at my dining room table, ready to have a strawberry day breakfast. This is it's a collection of strawberry themed things, which none of them really match. I'm not someone who's obsessed with having everything from one sort of line of china or anything. Let me sit down. Yes, I just kind of pick things up as I go. My strawberry thing really started years ago when I was in a charity shop one day and I found these two strawberry china napkin ring holders, and I just thought they looked kind of cute and cheerful. And I picked them up, and then, yes, I'm going to have a cup of tea now. Lovely. So this teacup and saucer is from a different china line. I can't remember which one, but I think it's quite posh. And then my strawberry jug is different again. And yeah, my BHS teapot. And this little vase here, it's a 1930s vase. It was given to me by my friend Nadine when she moved to Tenerife, but it's really, really cute. And I got some strawberry colored flowers in there. And here's, you know, just some pink doilies and a little book I recently got about the best of strawberries. And here, in honor of place, is my strawberry sandwich. So, yeah, I'm going to have some sandwich now, I think. I will rejoin you in a minute. The brioche bread and the strawberry sandwich. That's very sweet and delicious. And you know, I didn't need to whip the cream. I can see it would have looked more neat if I'd whipped the cream. But just the almost whipped cream on the brioche bread and the strawberries and the sugar. It's very good. Okay, I've looked up what the china of this cup and saucer is, and it's called Elizabethan Staffordshire. And it's very cute. Let's see. Here's the plate, which I'm actually not using. It's very sweet. That's nice. I think it looks a bit 1950s. Wow. Oh, that is a good cup of tea. Mind you, this morning has been very stressful, so perhaps it's not surprising that, you know, I'm a little bit overwrought. Oh, there's my lovely pink bottle with the rose in it. And the best of strawberries. I'm interested in this book, but I don't think I'm going to be cooking anything from it today. And then here is my British Home Stores teapot, which I may add has just brewed a lovely cup of tea, and it's a new teapot. I just got it for this video. I didn't have a strawberry teapot before, but it was in a very well-priced bundle with a strawberry mug and that book of strawberry recipes, and I just got them all. So yeah, it was delicious. So just apropos of nothing, it's strawberry day, and I'm looking here at my own little crop of strawberries that I started a couple of months ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, and I noticed that now the ones on the end are actually going red. I wanted to make this strawberry day video for a long time, and I think I kind of hoped I could have eaten these strawberries. There's another red one down here, I think. Am I wrong? Yeah, there's a glimpse of red there. Okay, yeah, those are going red as well. Okay, However, that's not happened. Maybe there can be a mini strawberry recap later in the summer. Okay, it's the garden's looking less overgrown, but there's a lot to do. But not today, I'm afraid. A shame. Okay, my foxgloves are all tipping over. Okay. Hi friends, so what is my first strawberry story? Well, when I was a little girl, strawberries were really expensive. You really only got them in summer because I think the ways of growing strawberries and flying them in from all over the world that they do now, that wasn't really a thing. They didn't do that then. What happened was you only got strawberries in summer. And the thing is that I remember my mum would always, if there were strawberries and she got them, they would come in little kind of cardboard boxes called punnets. And we would always be very excited. And what we would have is some strawberries and cream. I beg your pardon. And it was a big deal. But in reality, the thing about the strawberries was that the top layer of strawberries on the punnets would always be pretty nice. And then the bottom layer would be kind of a bit moldy and a bit mushy. And it was just so exciting to get some strawberries that you kind of went along with that. But yeah, it was always a great anticipation and then slightly more of a reality. And also sometimes, as we know, sometimes you get strawberries and they're not actually that sweet. Now those strawberries were from Aldi and they were really sweet and delicious. Of course, I did add some sugar to the mixture. So hey, I mean, you know, maybe that helped, but no, they were really nice strawberries. Anyway, my mum told a hilarious story when she was a girl. Her dad, who was a very successful businessman, he came home one day with a bucket of strawberries. And of course, this was even further back in time, must have been like the 1950s. He had been given this bucket of strawberries and they were really succulent, sweet, perfect strawberries. I think a client or a friend had just given them to him as a thank you because he was a really dynamic businessman, whatever. I don't know how he got them, but he got them. And it was a big household of himself, his wife, his 4 children, including my mum, and great-grandma Fee, who had come to live with them. And it was mid-morning and he said, "Isn't this great? Here's the strawberries. I'm so happy. After dinner tonight, some strawberries." And no one thought anything more about it. You know, so it came to dinner time. Everyone sat down to dinner and came to the end of dinner and my grandpa said, "So, where's the strawberries and cream?" Great-grandma Fee brought out a number of jars of very watery strawberry jam that she'd made with the strawberries. And my grandfather just couldn't believe it. He was like, "Oh." And so nobody had one fresh strawberry, which is interesting. My great-grandma Fee, to let you understand, was an amazing woman. She brought up, I think, 12 children, either 10 or 12 children during the Great Depression in Glasgow. She had six daughters, 6 sons, and she brought them all up on her wages as a cleaning lady at the Glasgow City Chambers. Her husband was kind of a well-meaning guy, but it was the Depression. He was out of work for years. And my grandma, she earned the family wage, and it was a tiny wage being a cleaning lady, but she really was an amazing manager. I mean, any finance person would have loved my grandmother because she was so practical and sensible, and she made her money go very, very far. And one way she would do this was she did it kind of like with this bucket of strawberries. She would really eke out ingredients. There'd be very little fat, very little sugar, very, very little of any butter in things. She would make them kind of quite thin and watery, like she'd make very sort of boring scones with practically no butter in them, and they would be like flour and water. Then she made the strawberry jam that was very, very watery, and she will have made lots of bottles of watery jam rather than a few bottles of great jam, though strawberries are never a brilliant jam. I mean, raspberry jam, I think, despite my love of strawberries, it's better. But she always thought in terms of poverty because she grew up in the Depression. And if there was no benefit money, and if she hadn't gotten her money as a cleaning lady, or if she'd fallen sick, what would have happened to all her children and her husband? So she was very, very saving. And apparently in the household, in her old age, she came to live with my grandma and grandpa and my mom and her siblings. And she only had a little old age pension. It was a small pension, although she worked all her life, but she was again very good at saving. And my mum said if you ever needed to borrow a few pounds, my grandma was the only person who would have a purse full of cash, because she would always apparently think, can I do without something that I want? And if so, I'll not get it and I'll just save my money. So as I say, an economist would have loved my grandma, but she was the death of the strawberries and cream that day. And yeah, so it's funny how strawberries, they're kind of a thing we aspire to have, or at least certainly in the past. It was more exciting then than it is now. But also, you know, you can have strawberry jam as well instead. Well, let's look at the table a bit more. Well, I've been so sort of hectic and busy today that I think I've not actually taken any proper pictures of the table, which is a shame. Oh well, doesn't really matter. I looked at this book, The Best of Strawberries, and it says that apparently King Henry VIII paid a lot of money for a small basket of strawberries, but that they wouldn't have even been as nice as strawberries are now in those days. They would have been a bit poor, but evidently King Henry VIII was very, very excited to get them. According to the writings of Ovid, Pliny and Virgil, strawberries were already well known in the Roman world. Much later it was recorded that Henry VIII of England had paid 10 shillings for a pottle of strawberries. But in spite of their obvious popularity, these fruits must have been rather miserable specimens compared to the cultivated ones we have today. And apparently people like gardeners have gone to enormous efforts to breed strawberries that are more and more beautiful and perfect. Yeah, it's a long story. I remember when I visited, oh my goodness, that bookcase is really messy. Oh dear. I remember a few years ago I visited California to see my auntie, and one day she took me out for strawberry shortcake. And you know how there's a stationery line called strawberry shortcake. Well, in America, strawberry shortcake is a real thing, and it was covered with whipped cream. I'll try and put in a picture of it. And we were kind of we ate most of it, but we were severely attacked by the wasps. I think they loved the sugar and the whole thing. But it was delicious, and it was just shortcake, strawberries and cream. So maybe a bit like my brioche one. It was just delicious. It was lovely. It's always disappointing when you get a non-sweet strawberry though. Okay, let's go through to the sitting room. Hello again, friends. Here I am in my newly tidied up sitting room. It's been such a blessing to have one place that's kind of much more the way I want it. So back to strawberries. It's when I was little, we lived in Glasgow, and there was a big department store called Littlewoods. Now this is, you know, Littlewoods did not it wasn't access stripped or anything. What happened was they had this big cafe in Littlewoods department store, which I considered to be very, very glamorous. On the outer edge of the cafe, they had a kind of glass cabinet which showed some of the things that they had for sale, including like a strawberry dessert. And it would have like a kind of, I would say, like a strawberry mousse, and then like half of one strawberry on the top. But it just, to me, it looked so glamorous. And they also did a kind of prawn cocktail, which again looked like a kind of lot of smooshed up pink stuff with one prawn and maybe a little bit of lemon or something on the top of the prawn cocktail. And again, I just thought this was the height of glamour and amazingness. And I would always beg my mum that would please go in and just have some of those desserts. They look great. But the prawns look delicious. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a prawn video. And my mother would just say, oh, overpriced rubbish. My mother, she was a really superb cook, and she would sometimes buy prawns, even though they were expensive, and make a delicious prawn meal. So she wasn't going to buy something that was quite rubbish, and it probably was. But to me, just the sight of a bit of strawberry, the sight of one prawn, I just thought that was really kind of on your way to the jet set. So there you go, an aspirational thing, strawberries. A few years ago, before COVID, I was lucky enough to have a trip to New York, and I love New York. This is another strawberry story, but I found it quite overwhelming. And I remember my second day there, I was just sort of walking around and trying to see as much as I could, because I think I only had a couple of days. I'd gone to a film festival and I had a couple of days living in Manhattan at the Jane Hotel, and it was just lovely. And I just, however, I knew, although it was great, I was just kind of a bit lonely and a bit miserable. And I decided to go and see John Lennon's Strawberry Fields Memorial in Central Park. And I had heard about it, and I set off to Central Park, photographed everything in Central Park, and I found Strawberry Fields, and I indeed got a picture of myself there, which I will try and insert into this video. And the most bizarre thing happened. I mean, as soon as I got to Strawberry Fields, I immediately felt calm, I felt good, and it was a real change. Because the Strawberry Fields, it's a kind of mosaic arrangement that says imagine, because John Lennon wanted there to be peace in the world and stuff. And as soon as I was there, I felt so good. Now, my family and my mum loved the Beatles, and so do I, but we have no connection with John Lennon. So he'd got no reason for him to be tuning in to comfort me, but just being there, I felt so good. It was almost as if he did support me in some way, which he didn't. I mean, but it was a magical place. It was just so special. And then I went to look at the Dakota building where he had lived and sadly was killed. And they also filmed Rosemary's Baby there. And, it was quite an amazing moment to be there. So, yeah, Strawberry Fields, it was a remarkable moment when that peace came over me, just being in Strawberry Fields. One day I would love to go and do the Magical Mystery Tour in Liverpool of the Beatles. Maybe I will, and if I do, I will certainly make a film about it. Yeah, so that's another strawberry story that I have. Natural Beauty with Herbs by Alison Huxley, with a foreword by Muriel Lady Dowding. If you don't know who Lady Dowding was, she was an aristocrat, obviously, and she was very, very, very dedicated to no cruelty to animals. And I think there was a makeup line when I was growing up called Beauty Without Cruelty, which my mum would sometimes get me some pieces of makeup from it. And we also liked Camilla Hepper beauty products. And Lady Dowding was apparently a very spiritual, very kind person. And so she did the foreword to this book. And now I'll try and find the bit where they talk about strawberries. So here we go. And the strawberries are mentioned in this bit about teeth, mouth and lips. And it says, what must be one of the most pleasant of tooth cleaners, fresh strawberries. Rub half a strawberry over your teeth or chew it, or brush them with a fine powder made from the pounded dried strawberry roots. How amazing. Wow. I have to say, I don't think I'll be doing that, but Lady Dowding was you see, your strawberries are full of sugar. I would have thought that can't be right. But Lady Dowding was an amazing and very, very esteemed lady, so I feel this book must be correct. I really love old books about beauty and about, oh, isn't that pretty? That's a pretty illustration. And yes, I love books about herbs and things. I intend to get more into them. We have Queen Elizabeth I and beautiful Japanese lady. There's definitely a lot of wisdom. Lot of wisdom in these things. Have you ever gone on eBay in search of something and then they start suggesting more and more things to you? When I was looking for my strawberry teapot today, not today, it was a few weeks ago, they came up with a suggestion of this strawberry themed embroidery, and it was not very expensive, so there was nothing on there. So I said, okay, I'll get it. It was just a few pounds, so Berrylicious. I've, needless to say, not had the chance to do any of this embroidery, but I do love embroidery. So maybe if I do another strawberry day next year, then I could have tried by that time to have done a strawberry something. Oh, look at this. Bon Maman. Lovely. Strawberries, wild berries. Okay. Right. Well, there's plenty of stuff there for me to work on. Okay, now today, I've got so much I could be doing in this house, it is unbelievable. In fact, I should have probably tried to go to the strawberry farm. However, I didn't feel I had enough time and I was getting a bit overwrought today, so I'm not doing that today. But I do have a couple of DVDs on the strawberry theme, which I'm going to watch when I could be doing so many things. But I'm nothing if if I go for something like this, I do it. So here's my first DVD. Hope you can. Oh, it's a bit shiny, isn't it? It's called Strawberry Summer, and I think it's a kind of Hallmark movie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down now, and I'm going to watch Strawberry Summer. Then I'm going to tell you what I think of it. Yeah, hopefully that will be fun. So maybe this is a bit clearer. Okay, Strawberry Summer, and I think it's been distributed by a German company, though there's an English alternative language, and it says, in der Musik und in der Liebe ist alles möglich. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it looks cute, like this lady's a beauty queen or something, so we'll just see what it's all about. Okay, I've got Strawberry Summer ready to watch, and now for my movie snacks, I have some strawberry yogurt and more strawberries on there, and a strawberry lemonade called Calypso, which looks really delicious. So now I will just get ready to watch the movie and have some of my strawberry snacks.
So what does Queen Beth do when she's not ruling kingdoms?
She teaches English at Dover High, and she's in charge of the Glee Club.
You sing?
I'm no Jason Keith, but I do all right.
She's in a lovely movie. Hello friends, well I've just finished watching Strawberry Summer. Here's the DVD case again. It was a really fun Hallmark movie for summer, obviously, and it was super. For one thing, Shelley Long from Cheers was in it. She was playing the mum of the principal lady in this plot, and Shelley Long was fantastic. Always need more of Shelley. I grew up watching her on Cheers every Friday night in the UK. It would be on. She made wonderful movies as well. So she was just lovely. Gave a lovely, added a lot of warmth and motherliness to the story. And then the main actors were Julie Mond and Trevor Donovan. So Julie Mond played Shelley Long's daughter, and she was playing someone who has aspirations to be in show business but has been knocked back quite a few times and is now a high school teacher. And then, Trevor Donovan is the leading male actor, and he's playing a country and western singer who to begin with is a bit of a pest, but then the story unfolds and well, you know, it's a Hallmark movie, but it does have some twists and turns, and it's very, very cute. It's set in a strawberry festival in this small American town in California, and it's yeah, it was really cute. I mean, it makes my strawberry day look like a dwarf. Everybody has all these strawberry kind of themed clothes and jewelry and hats and even little red boots they're wearing, and there's strawberry decorations everywhere. I think in America there are some really, really big strawberry festivals, like there's one in Florida. I follow the YouTubers Tampa J and Chris the Girl, and they often go to this strawberry festival in Florida. But I think strawberry festivals are also more of a thing in the US than they are here. So I've done my best to have a strawberry festival kind of here, but there you go. It's a lovely movie, and gosh, this the leading actor, Trevor, he was a very good looking guy. He's also apparently a model, but you know, really gorgeous. And the leading actress, she was, you know, played the role really nicely. And yeah, it was, I mean, it's a Hallmark movie. It's not going to be a Francis Ford Coppola film, but I really enjoyed it, and I think they took me into the vibe of their strawberry town, and I guess it's the way people, they celebrate in summer and they try and make sense of their lives. And you know, living in a small town, like living anywhere, it's got its ups and downs, but you hopefully in the end of the day you'll win through. And there were also some country and western songs in the movie, and I must say they were also really nice. They were good songs. So that's been a full mark. Strawberry Summer, I will watch that again. And later on tonight I'm going to watch another strawberry related movie. It's a horror movie, but I will now go and do some non-strawberry related tidying up to get my life in order. And then later on this evening, when it's dark, I will tell you about my other strawberry movie I'm going to see, and I really hope you're enjoying today. Okay, right, onwards. Oh, and just before I go, this Calypso strawberry lemonade, it was really lovely. And I also got strawberry yogurt from Aldi, I think, and it was very good with some strawberries. So, you know, keeping on theme here. Yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. Here are my snacks for tonight. So, I'm quite surprised. You know, today's been pretty stressful. This is my second cup of tea, I think. I think so. This is my new strawberry mug that I got in my eBay bundle with the little teapot. So I'm sure that's going to be lovely. Okay. So I've got some strawberries and some of these freeze-dried strawberries. I'm going to bring over the packet here. Let's see. Premium quality, naturally dried strawberry. No, they're not freeze-dried. Okay. Simply as fresh. Okay. Interested to see how that will be. So here I have a little cupcake from Marks and Spencer with strawberry flavored icing. So that's nice. I'll just get out my napkin and put it on my lap. Not that it's the most messy thing in the world. Okay, so it's not dark. Okay, so it's not dark. But here's the video I'm going to watch. I think it's a horror movie, and it's called The Strawberry Statement. And I think it's like their dream was to go to college. And it's looking to me like that's maybe not going to happen because it's a horror movie. Okay, well, I will now turn around the camera, I think. Okay. Hello again, friends. Well, I finished all my tasks, and that was quite a relief. It's been a lovely strawberry day, and I'm just about to show you my snacks for this evening. They're strawberry themed and they all look very nice. And I'm now going to look at Strawberry Statement, my horror movie, which I must say I've not heard of, but when you Google strawberry films, it comes up pretty near the top, and it's a 1970s horror movie, so I'm really looking forward to it. And soon, so I will put it on soon, and then afterwards tell you what I thought. I have one more kind of strawberry memory I thought I would share before I put on the movie. All my life I had dreamed of going to Wimbledon. It always looked so cute, but I realized that firstly it was expensive, and secondly you have to go into a lottery to get tickets to go to Wimbledon. And I just never was organized enough or felt I was well enough off to do it. So one year, a couple of years ago, I think it was towards the end of kind of coming out of COVID, I actually was employed to work at Wimbledon in a promo capacity. And it was absolutely amazing. I had a really cute little tennis outfit, and I was dealing with customers all day, and I had some Wimbledon strawberries and cream, and I had them in the staff restaurant, which even the staff restaurant was very, very cute. And it was in a kind of cardboard kind of carton, but it was very elegant. I'll put in some pictures of that too. So Wimbledon is another iconic strawberry place where I did finally go, and I saw some tennis and I worked hard, but it was really super. There were ladies coming to Wimbledon in beautiful sort of dresses with strawberry motifs on them, really elegant. People had like strawberry nails and little nail transfers of strawberries and little elegant strawberry earrings. I mean, even the men, although nobody wore like a strawberry suit, everyone was very well dressed. It's a very opulent place, Wimbledon. So that was another kind of aspirational strawberry experience that I had. And now I'm going to try my little cupcake and my freeze-dried strawberries, and I'm going to put on the movie, and finally I will tell you what I thought. And yeah, absolutely. Okay. Hello friends, well, I've just finished watching The Strawberry Statement, and that's kind of the end of today. I was mistaken because The Strawberry Statement is actually not a horror movie in the sense of being a kind of supernatural woo-woo story, but it is a horror movie in the story that it relates. I don't want to spoil it for you if you've not seen it, but if you've ever thought, I wish I'd been a revolutionary student in 1960s San Francisco in America, been in one of those student protest sit-ins, this is the movie you should watch, because that's kind of what it's about. I don't want to give any spoilers, but just to set up the basic story, what happens is that there are there's these students that the film is about, of course, and they're attending university in San Francisco, and the university has some land which has a playground and health center that's used mainly by the Black community, by the Black children of the neighborhood, and the university just takes away the health center and the playground from them, from the Black community, and gives it to a construction company. And the students hear about this and they say, oh, we're not having that, we're going to go on strike. So they take over the university, and it shows the progress of the strike and how, to begin with, nobody's really taking it all that seriously, though the students are sincere. But then it digs in and goes on, and then at the end of the movie, things get very bad, and the National Guard storm in, and I'll just say one thing, they let off tear gas at the students who are protesting, and it's really awful. It's like they're spraying bugs. It must have been very hard to film and take a long time. Apparently the Strawberry Statement refers to, it's a kind of it has political connections that are connected to this story, but I didn't quite understand what it meant. But at the beginning of the movie, the Metro-Goldwyn mayor thanked the university, the city of San Francisco, and a university there for letting them film there, and said that many other universities had refused to let them film because they were uncomfortable with the subject matter. So it's a slightly solemn note to end my Strawberry Day on. The main protagonist of the movie loved strawberries, and there's a nice scene at the beginning of him pinching some strawberries from a greengrocer. Just like one or two, he takes one. He's a student, he's a bit naughty. It's there's in the DVD case they also have an extended version. I saw the theatrical version, but there's a longer version, so maybe eventually I will watch that longer one as well. So yes, from strawberry sandwiches to Strawberry Festival with Shelley Long, to the Strawberry Statement and the 1960s protests. It's been an amazing day. I really enjoyed my strawberry snacks. This one here, the freeze-dried strawberries, I would say they were pretty tasty, though they don't really look quite like the way they do in the picture. But they were nice for a snacking one. And I liked my strawberry cake from Marks and Spencer. It was really nice, and my cup of tea. It's been an amazing day, and hopefully I will get to go and pick strawberries as well, and I'll put that in the movie too, but that will have to happen in a few days' time. But anyway, this is the outro. So thank you very much for watching to the end. If you want to have a strawberry day, I hope you do. I think summer is the time for strawberries and treats and pretty dresses, though also it can have the heat of protest and anger and all the things that boiled up in the Strawberry Statement movie. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next vlog. Okay, good night and happy Strawberry Day.